Hello, I found this photo from a Google search simply of Elon Musk. Apparently, it's a picture of him with Obama, the former president of the United States of America. Elon Musk is the SpaceX founder. He's the rocket scientist who builds rocket ships and bring us into outer space. So the reason I pulled up this photo is because I wanted to make a suggestion. The first suggestion is, and there's a lot of news articles lately about a potential war, right? A potential world war between Russia, Iran, etc. So if, and this is actually a fact, it's not an if, this is a fact that it even says on the Canadian government website, the Canadian Forces website, that the Canadian military and Canada relies mostly on protection from the United States of America in case of a world war. So my suggestion is, if Canada expects America to protect Canada in a war, then shouldn't it only be fair that Americans be allowed to vote in Canadian elections, right? It's like, hey, Americans, so we expect you to protect Canada in a major war, but we won't let you vote in our Canadian elections. That's not fair. In my opinion, and I'm a Canadian, I think if we expect the United States of America to protect Canada in a major war, we should also give the Americans the right to vote in Canadian elections. So, if suddenly Americans do have the right to vote in Canadian elections, and I'm sure the first thing Americans would do is vote out Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, because I've talked to a lot of Americans and they do not like Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, then my suggestion is, if you're looking for someone to replace Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, I think Elon Musk, who is actually apparently a Canadian citizen, Elon Musk is a Canadian citizen, and you do not have to be born in Canada to be Prime Minister of Canada. Anyone, as long as they're a Canadian citizen, is eligible to be Prime Minister of Canada. I think Elon Musk would make a great Prime Minister of Canada because, you know, he's like a rocket scientist. He builds rocket ships. I'm sure a rocket scientist who is the owner of SpaceX and can run a billion-dollar company, I'm sure he can also, I'm sure he would be great to be the Prime Minister of Canada. So, of course, there's this latest news article, which is pretty concerning, scary. Well, actually, that's just a nice picture. But this news article, as you can see, that is also trending right now on the internet. The United States is very concerned about a potential war conflict with the Middle East and Iran. So this is even more reason why Americans should be allowed to vote in Canadian elections, right? If Americans are expected to protect Canada, then why can't Americans vote in Canadian elections? So let me know what you think about the idea. Do you think that Americans should be allowed to vote in Canadian elections since Americans are expected to protect Canada in a war? Don't you think that Americans then should be allowed to vote in Canadian elections? Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment if you believe yes or no that Americans should have the right to vote in Canadian elections. Thank you.